Broncos country, what's going on? We're going to be talking about the winners, day 3, and just overall with mini camp. We got 6 weeks until training camp, sadly, but I'm going to be making videos all throughout this until training camp starts and, of course, through the season. So, y'all be sure, let me know your thoughts on this. Smash that like and subscribe so you don't miss a video. Let's go ahead and get into it, guys. Let's start with some fun news of the day, or yesterday, rather. Troy Franklin. Sean Payton spent a good few minutes talking about Troy Franklin. This quote is courtesy of Lucas Evans. He said, Sean Payton said, quote, "You're seeing him play faster with a much greater awareness within each play. He's extremely explosive. And I think he's, I would say, 5 pounds heavier, a little thicker." I absolutely love to hear this, especially with a lot of the talk regarding Troy last year was like, he's not up to speed. He's not where you want to be. Of course, some of the radio stations started getting just completely out of pocket saying, do we need to cut Troy Franklin? Is he going to get cut? He's being coached really hard. Kerry Colbert is really getting into him. But you got to remember, Sean Payton, the night before day 3 of the draft last year, he's calling George Payton in the middle of the night saying, we need to trade up to get Troy Franklin. He's a guy that believes in him. And I think you saw him take tremendous strides throughout the season last year. Still a lot to work on, not perfect, but you got to remember, Sean Payton's giving him opportunity towards the end of the season. And he finished as a top 20 wide receiver in the NFL in deep ball targets, and still was like a top 15 guy throughout the entire NFL, I believe, in average yards of separation per route run. He is a guy with tremendous upside. So love to hear that Troy Franklin is getting the praise of Sean Payton. He chooses the guys that he's going to gush over. He does not BS you. I mean, he might with some of the comps, right? Marcus Colston, Pat Bryant, but I think Pat Bryant's looking great. But DeVaughn Vele missed the entire minicamp. We don't know why. He was killing it in OTAs. Hopefully he's okay. There's no injury, whatever. A.T. Perry continues to miss time. They said he might miss up through the first week of training camp. And that's a bummer to hear. This is an A.T. Perry Stan account. But, man, you got to get on the field to make the team. Concern there. But let's get back into some of the other tweets that I bookmarked, guys who are there. Regarding Sean Payton and DeVaughn Vele, he said he will be a full go, and then said A.T. Perry might be out a week. We covered that. Zach Stevens, mandatory minicamp takeaways. There's no doubt that this is Bo Nix's team. He's chirping with the defensive players and taking another leadership role with the offense. J.K. Dobbins, RJ Harvey will dominate the Broncos ground game. Evan Engram, big-time receiving threat. The pass rush has been dominant with, of course, Nick Bonito, Zach Allen, Jonathan Cooper, and Q Robinson. Find that interesting. Pat Bryant has been very, very impressive. A.T. Perry would be the only Bronco not ready for training camp, even though he might be ready. We'll have to see. But I think a lot of this goes as credit to Sean Payton for doing the extended phase 1 conditioning portion of the offseason at this point, extending that conditioning. It's going to keep you healthy throughout the rest of the year. And that philosophy has proven to be true for our team since Sean Payton's taken over. No doubt about it. Now, there were some tryout players, 7 minicamp guys got to try out, most notably Shane Cokes and wide receiver Will Shepherd of Colorado, and then Wyoming safety Wyatt Eckler. None of these guys have been offered contracts yet, but I hope the Broncos sign these guys to their 90-day, give them an opportunity to compete for practice squad spots. No doubt about it. Let's see if I got any more. I think I got a couple more tweets. Yes, here is shot here of Bo Nix throwing to Will Shepherd, and they gave him 87. Was A.T. Perry 87 when he was here? And I thought I followed DNVR buffs, man. What the heck? Anyways, that looks great. And Will Shepherd, again, a guy that can run those comebacks, those seam routes, those quick outs, those deep outs, dig routes. He's a great fit for this system, and I think he's got a lot of upside. I mean, Joaquin Davis is an interesting guy as well that was signed as a UDFA, but I think Will Shepherd might even be a little bit more finished of a product right now at this stage. I think Joaquin Davis's, ceiling is through the roof, but just very, very raw. Let's have both of them on the practice squad. Let's have both of them on the 90-man roster. Also, Caleb Lohner had another incredible, touchdown catch over a defender. He's had an impressive week. I love to see that. He is getting praise for his receiving chops, and the Bo Nix, Troy Franklin connection seems to be taking off to a new level. So you'll love to see that. But yeah, Broncos fans, I think that this was a very successful week to rookie minicamp. We had no major injuries, and you just hear positive news, right? This is hype season. So something drastic has to happen, I think, in order for you not to be hyped up on certain players, right? For me, minicamp, it's just pass fail. You want to see these guys looking the part, showing that they belong, and all these guys are definitely doing it. And it's great to see guys like Hugh Robinson, Jeremy Crawshaw, our new punter, Caleb Lohner, our basketball player tight end. These guys also getting some praise. I do find that noteworthy, and I think it's good, again, that they are getting it because it's showing that they belong. So can't wait till training camp. Who are your big winners of Broncos minicamp week? Let me know in the comments. Be sure to smash that like, subscribe. And as always, y'all, go Broncos.